What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Panthers Advice. Today, man, we're talking NFL draft stuff with the Panthers because we've got 3 days left of the draft. Will the Panthers pick at 8? Will they trade back? Who were some guys we could see them taking? And could we see some potential trades, man? A lot to get into in today's video, so let's get started, especially with this kind of circulating right here. Now, is this just smoke, right? Is there a fire near? Let's talk a little bit about it. Eagles-Panthers trade proposal. Now, there's not just one article mentioning this. There was a few articles. Let's take a look, all right, at what one says right here. Essentially, Philly is looking for a reliable third receiver. They've got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. All right, they traded for Jahan Dotson last year, but apparently he's not really making it, right? So, who better as a third receiver than Adam Thielen? Now, it says right here, Thielen's coming off an injury-riddled 2024 campaign in which he caught 48 passes for 615 yards and 5 touchdowns in 10 games, which is actually pretty impressive, all right, given the Panthers' offense. Obviously, Adam Thielen is still doing his thing. You know, he's just a couple seasons removed from over 1,000 yards. So while he has declined, obviously, as we know as Panthers fans, he still has a lot left in the tank. The question is, would the Panthers do this trade? All right. We're going to nip this in the bud real quick, okay? Now, these stats we're going to look at, I'm sure most of you guys knew. All right, Adam Thielen, 5 touchdowns right there, as you can see. Leggett, 4. Deontay Johnson, 3. David Moore, 3. Here's what shocked me the most, okay? So, you look right here when it comes to catches. Leggett had 1 more than Thielen. Okay, we all saw that coming. Deontay Johnson had 18 less catches, okay? 18 less catches. I'm like, okay, I guess Deontay wasn't targeted as much, 3 less games played. Deontay had 4 less targets. So Adam Thielen had 18 more catches than Deontay Johnson on just 4 more targets. What does that tell you about Adam Thielen as a receiver? All right, David Moore, kind of the same thing right here. All right, that was the big knock on him. 57 targets, so 5 less than Adam Thielen, and 16 less catches, right? And essentially, we've talked about David Moore could be the Y, Adam Thielen could be the Y, but look at the production right here. All right, look at the production. 77% target reception versus 56. 615 yards versus 351. But on a positive note, what stood out to me right here was Jalen Coker. 70% target completion. Okay, 478 yards. Not too shabby right there. 15-yard average. So Thielen was doing 12.8. All right, so 13. Coker was doing 15 his first year as an undrafted free agent. The Panthers found a receiver. I mean, maybe there's a small... maybe there's a chance, he's just a flash from the pan and had luck his rookie year. The reason I don't know if I'm buying that or not is because if you think about it, if he had a flash in the pan luck with this offense and that was his best year, that seems more odd. That seems more crazy to me to believe he had a good first year with this offense and he'll never produce more on top of this year, right? He'll never get better. His numbers will never drastically improve. We saw what he did with this offense, right? And these numbers, man, these numbers speak for themselves. So I don't think Adam Thielen is obviously going anywhere. 78% target completion, 615 yards, averaging 13 yards as, honestly, the number 1 receiver. And the worst part about it for him is that he doesn't get to line up as a number 1 receiver on the outside. If he goes left, towards the sideline sometimes, bang, he's going to get picked up by a DB. If he goes right, bang, he's going to get popped by a linebacker in the middle. He's got the hardest job, and he's still got a 78% target completion. Let's keep this thing going. Next up is this right here. Will the Panthers trade with the Saints so the Saints can get Shedeur Sanders? Let's talk about this real quick. It sucks for the Saints, all right, that it got leaked that Derek Carr is a shoulder injury because now teams know why the Saints want to move up. But if you want to trade with the Panthers, an in-house division team, you're going to have to pay a tariff price. The Panthers aren't going to let you get a franchise quarterback. No matter what your thoughts on Shedeur are, They're not going to let you move up one like the Bills did with the Chiefs, and you see what keeps happening to the Bills and the Chiefs when they play in the playoffs, right? The Panthers aren't going to let you move up one without paying some extra terror price, right? Because the Panthers have to play the Saints no matter what twice a year. So could this happen? I mean, it could, all right? I'm highly, highly doubting it. But there's a possibility if the Saints are willing to move up and they think, certain teams behind them, which we'll take a look at right here, whether it's Chicago, San Fran, or Dallas, will any of those teams go get Shedeur? Maybe, maybe not. So the Saints could be fine. But hey, you never know who's going to try and move up ahead of those teams, man. Now let's talk about probably my favorite segment in today's video. We're going to take a look at Luke Kuechly right here. Okay. And look at his college tape. Now there's a reason for this. Because I found a couple guys, all right, that I like a lot that the Panthers could draft late as far as inside linebackers for that 3-4 defense. And what I love about Luke is the first few plays you saw him just blowing up the run. But then even this play right here, right, dropping back into coverage. You see Luke right here, pass him off, bang, boom, delivers that hit. That's also what the Panthers are missing too. Somebody delivered that hit in the middle, right? Right here you got Luke picking it off. It's nothing new. I mean, this right here is what the Panthers are missing. Somebody who can blow up the run, but also defend the pass right there. Now, who are we going to be looking at? First up is this guy right here, Cody Lindenberg out of Minnesota. Now, he's 6'2", 236, a little bit undersized, but you got to remember what I'm looking at right here. What I'm looking at is guys who aren't projected to go in the top 3, top 4 rounds. These are day 3 sleepers, okay? Can they make an impact? What I love about Cody is his pursuit, right? Take a look right here. Again, we're looking at inside linebackers. Sees the running back going out here in the flat. All right, you got Cody right there. Look at this. Bang. Good stuff right there. Next play we're going to look at right here. You're going to see him right here. And watch how fast he breaks on this play. The second he sees that hole, bang, once again crashing down, bringing down the running back. Right here, look at this fumble. Okay, and you're like, was that a fumble? Watch this. Bang. Knockout. Knockout. I love that right there. Let's keep the next play going. Next play we're going to look at. Watch Cody right here. He's watching the quarterback. All right. He's not immediately shooting down, right? He's not telling the quarterback, I'm picking up the running back, but watch what happens. The second the quarterback starts to throw the running back, watch him break on that. Look at that. He's breaking, tight end can't pick him up. Boom, bringing down the running back. So we got a couple more plays left. Watch right here. He's going to rush the B gap right there. Cody shoves that lineman, then bang. Takes down the quarterback right there, and then right here, interception. So what do I like about Cody? 1, his pursuit. 2, his play recognition. And 3, he can play coverage if you need him to. All right. So for a day 3 sleeper, I wouldn't mind Cody. All right. Next guy we're going to look at is this guy right here, Jackson Woodard, 6'2", 234. So similar build. All right. As the first guy, let's take a look at what Jackson brings to the table. So the big difference between Jackson and Cody is this right here. Okay. Cody, to me, great guy, blowing up the run. All right, good coverage too. But Jackson, all right, in coverage, watch how fast he breaks on this thing. Quarterback's going to start to throw it. Look at Jackson. He's already breaking on it. Bang. Straight hands too, no body. And if he doesn't trip right there, he's probably gone, to be honest with you. So the big differences between those two, Cody, he's going to blow up the run. Good coverage. Jackson, his pursuit, downhill speed, I think is better than Cody's, to be honest with you. And then right here, bang, brings on the quarterback. Next play we're going to look at right here, once again in coverage. Okay, UNLV had a hell of a record this year too. Run this one back real quick though. Here's what I like about Jackson. So, looks like defender's going to pass him off to Jackson right here. And then once again, watch him break. The second the quarterback starts to throw it, look at Jackson. He's breaking on that. Right away, bang. I mean, the film speaks for itself, guys. And then right here, he's going to get a tip pass. Let's run this one back real quick. Take a look at this. All right, look at this. Bang. He's going up there to rush, and the second he sees the quarterback start to throw it, take a look right here. You got Jackson right here, probably going to try and rush the outside right there. He sees the quarterback about to throw it, bang, gets his hand up, because that was probably a first down. I mean, the guy is wide open. So you're seeing the differences right away, all right, between Cody and Jackson. Both are good. It just depends. Do you want more of a run stopper versus a guy who can play coverage and stop the run too? But you don't see that as much. All right, to me, Jackson's definitely more of an athletic linebacker. He can play the middle. He can play the outside. All right, and he's probably going to pick that thing off. So with that being said, that's going to wrap it up. We got receivers tomorrow, underdogs. Who could they take? 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round. Stay tuned for that. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy. Panthers Advice is out. Peace.